I think one of the most beautiful things about kayaking is we get to explore parts of the world most people don't even get to see. But no matter where we decide to paddle, there's always one thing there: water. Now, as kayakers, we like to take matters into our own hands, and we have safety gear for just about everything. We have PFDs, helmets, tow lines, throw lines, pumps, tapes, kits, and maybe enough gear to make most boats sink. And taking all these safety precautions, wearing my gear, practicing, it's a way for me to feel more at ease. It's, in a way to combat the fear. And I think most of us at one point or another have experienced fear. It's a normal emotion, but it's also one that can take the fun out of an otherwise fun experience. And for me, a middle-aged, not so athletic dude trying to learn how to kayak, most of my fears for rough water, big rapids, big huge waves, holes and whatnot comes from a place of inexperience. I just don't know what to expect in those situations or how to handle those situations. And so fear sometimes stops me from progressing, from pushing my limits and learning how to handle myself in those situations, just because, quite honestly, I'm afraid to get hurt. So bringing my friends, experienced paddlers, wearing my safety gear, practicing rescues, all of those things help me to feel more comfortable out on the water. But still, there is always one thing that catches me off guard, and that's being underwater. Now, I love swimming and diving, but there's just something about being upside down, trapped in a kayak that makes me really uneasy and panicking, and that's kind of a problem when you spend a lot of time upside down just like me. Even when practicing rolls, every time I notice the mental barrier of going over, for me there's always that feeling of, what if I don't get back up? Now, this is of course purely a mental game, because if I don't get up, I just pull my spray deck and wet exit. I know, I've practiced this a million times. But still, the moment I hit the water, it all becomes sort of a blur and I lose my focus. And that's a great setup to mess things up. During my first time whitewater kayaking, I hadn't noticed my hands had gone numb just until the moment I flipped and couldn't feel the loop of my spray deck. And I instantly started panicking. And when you look at the footage, I might not have been under more than, 5 seconds. And it might look like nothing, but still this moment had a huge impact on me. Now, I know this all sounds kind of depressing, and I'm definitely not trying to scare anyone or anything, but kayaking can be risky. I always want to push my own limits and send those big rapids and conquer those big waves. So in order to overcome my fear and progress, I ask myself, okay, what if something goes wrong? You can have all the safety gear in the world, but if you get trapped on the water for one reason or another, all you really need is luck and time. Lots of time. Time for other people to help you, time to relax, figure out a plan, and get yourself out. And when your main shtick is to be in and out on the water, it seems like a logical skill to have to be able to hold your breath underwater for a long time, but still... So this lockdown, I want to try something new. See if I can improve my breath hold and my underwater composure, and buy myself more time when things do go wrong. All to be more comfortable underwater and more relaxed, so I can push myself harder with more confidence. And I also hope that relaxing more and being able to think more clearly underwater will help me with my rolls. To train this, among other things, you can use static apnea training. And for those unfamiliar with apnea training, it's a tool freedivers use to increase their breath hold by exposing their body to the discomfort of not being able to breathe. Slowly getting the body used to high levels of carbon dioxide in the blood and dealing with low oxygen. However, it's also more of a tool for getting used to the feeling of not being able to breathe and working through that sensation by relaxing and controlling your body. So that's what I'm going to try, and I'll be documenting my journey of trying to increase my breath hold here on Facebook and on Instagram. And hopefully this summer I will be able to stay underwater for, well, at least 3 minutes and roll back up. And if you want to keep updated on my progress and you want to follow along maybe, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'm really curious to see what this journey brings me and if I'm able to do what I set out to do this summer. For now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you underwater soon. And don't forget to paddle on.